Are you starting? We are tWoTcast, episode 399.
Very good. No, he doesn't. No. Okay.
All right, everyone, shut the up. Let's ready to record.
We like to start every show by yelling, "We are tWoTcast." Can you do that with me? On the count of 1, 2, 3, go. We are tWoTcast. Now we can start.
The Wheel of Time, reread podcast, explicit in R, freaking rated. Jono's the wild card, always talking shit. Joe's the straight man, he's a total dick. Tom is still obsessed with X-Men.
Previously on X-Men.
We are
Hi, you're listening, watching, and whatever else you're doing with yourself and your hands, your dirty hands, to tWoTcast, the Wheel of Time reread podcast, now covering the Wheel of Time, actually. That's a very strange thing to do. I'm Jono, with me is Joe.
Strange people. Hey, Jono. Hi.
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 Tom.
Study your math.
Okay.
I was just reading the banner.
What's on them? Welcome to...
It's just welcome to
Just as we tier list dash our favorite sword fights.
Also, the show will begin shortly. That's great news. I guess I
don't know about the dash.
I mean, that was
I don't know about that dash.
I don't know about that dash. That's for it should have been playing earlier. It's not a fun. It's nothing. It's nothing.
I'm saying.
Oh,
it is a fuck up. That actually makes it feel better.
How are you?
I'm great.
It's been a
Wide
while.
awake.
It's been
Has
a week
it?
since you looked at
Yeah.
it.
No, it's only been 7 days. That's not a long time at all.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about possibly tier listing breasts. And then I was
Yes.
just like, I feel like they're all A, B, or S anyway. Everyone's got a large bosom. What if instead of that, we tier listed what we speculated to be the size and color of people's areolas.
Oh, the areola. That's
Yeah.
an
Oh,
interesting.
areola colors.
Rather than just
Yeah.
being A.
That's almost like
A,
racially
S, A.
casting the Wheel of Time.
You think it would end up being racist?
Right, sure. Yes.
What
I'll be
about the
honest,
size part?
I don't know.
Do you think that would end up being racist?
For the biggest dick on
Hello.
the show,
Oh, Glenn's
I don't
here?
know if I would actually be able to like color adjust what my assumptions on areola colors are for.
Yeah, I
races.
know it would be. I mean, there's
Yeah.
not that. It's not a wide field, unless we had like
Size
a color
and
swatch pattern.
color. Oh, we could though.
Oh, size.
Yeah.
So okay.
We could get a color wheel.
I love this.
It just
I'm
goes from like
fascinated.
pink to super light pink to dark brown, and then we're just like everything in between. We're just like 5. I think 5.
All right, it's a solid start for anyone.
You know what? I think it's already
excited.
accidentally gotten racist. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, accidentally, says Tom.
Uh-huh.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Accidentally.
Well, so obviously, I
How
guess
about
the
pubic
spoiler-
hairstyle? Beach says.
We could do that too. You got to get racist
Yes.
and sexist, and you have to hot take everything.
or twat take in this case.
That's how you get those advertising dollars. Who is our advertiser tonight, Joe?
Superman.
Tonight's show is brought to you by
DC
Toy
Comics.
Story,
And
Don't sue
Weird Al.
us.
the old movie. Oh, Wielder Yankovic.
Yeah, he's not at all embarrassed to be touching our show.
You know, I almost made my little headline, Jurassic Park is scary in the dark. That would have been really weird. I guess it wouldn't have been that weird of a coincidence, but it would have been a little bit.
It's off his
who's
album
this?
Alapalooza.
Who's this guy?
Whoops.
I thought everybody was putting an umlaut on everything, but there was a piece of dirt on my screen.
That's a fascinating.
Is everyone German, Alyssa?
What's happening over here?
That's a great question.
I mean, we're definitely the show to have Nazis watch it, right?
I
Not that everyone German is Nazi.
thought there was some sort of pronunciation joke that I wasn't getting.
What would the joke be?
I don't know.
I don't know.
The umlaut,
that
there's
the
something
joke?
on your screen. It must have been under a different word every time, Zon.
I think it'd be a pink. I think it'd be a pink bag on your chair. I think that would be the joke.
Oh, my fart sound nothing like that.
Uncertain of the inside joke going on here. Or
It's
the
not an
outside
inside joke. My farts just don't sound anything like that.
Yeah, well, that's good news. Do they
I
have
already
any
have to.
umlaut
I
on
already
the
have to go. I already have to go get another drink.
What, Tom? Come on. We're
Do you not
even
bring
into
two
the topic
drinks?
yet?
I mean, it's right there. It's
I've
right
got a
there.
beer. I've got an old fashioned.
Yeah.
I'm over.
That seems
it.
like
I've
a
got
lot
3
for a
minutes.
Tuesday.
No, it's. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep going. You know.
Got a mint julep and a Stella.
Well, Jono, what are we doing tonight?
You have a mint julep?
Yeah, unfortunately, we were out of regular simple syrup, so I used blueberry simple syrup, which tastes delightful.
A mint julep.
So much work.
No,
Even when
it's-
somebody
you know
orders that
what
at a bar, I feel bad for the bartender.
You know what goes in a mint julep? A few pieces of fucking mint, some simple syrup, and whiskey. That's it. What the fuck?
Yeah,
is
but
that?
the
I mean-
bartender has to go outside of the garden, snip the mints. It's got to be fresh. If it's not fresh, it's shit.
Every bartender I knew in my life fucking hated
And
when
then-
somebody ordered a mint
Yeah.
julep. They
By
got
the time
so
he comes back
upset.
inside, there's 17 people that need a drink. You've wasted his time with your fresh mint and your julep.
Anyway,
It's
so
just
I was the bartender.
ground it up.
Yeah,
Just a
it's called
grind.
muddling. It's
You
not.
had a-
yeah.
A pestle and a mortar to make a drink.
Yeah,
And Jono likes his drinks like medieval potions.
indeed. Also,
Black.
shit
Yeah.
and everything.
Just
Oh, wait.
poison dripping over an apple.
It finally got super racist.
It took us 7 minutes? 8:30. No, my computer's off.
Jono, what are we doing tonight?
Tonight's episode is brought to you by the letter sword. That's not what this is.
Oh,
Tonight's episode is best sword fights in the Wheel of Time.
it's crossing
swords. I
swords.
like it.
It's crossing
Yeah.
swords.
I appreciate the fact that we've got a Wheel of Time show thing for the picture.
Mhm.
And I
I
don't think
mean,
there's a single.
there's other ways to get imagery, but the show's just so much fun you know.
Well, it also helps in this case.
Like constantly
Lan.
show it off.
Does anyone have a problem with Lan in the show? I don't think so. Of all the things going on that I don't like, Lan, the actor, fucking great. So let's
the
use his
actor?
imagery. The actor.
I
I don't have a
suppose,
problem with. I don't have a problem with the actor. I hate Lan, the character on the show.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yes,
disagree. I feel like I have
that's-
problems with Lan.
Mostly because
Lan's
fair
character.
Mostly because it's not Lan.
That's what I have wrong with it as well.
But other than that,
Anyway, we're talking about sword fights in the Wheel of Time. Crossing swords.
so is the entire list just A tier? It's not S tier list?
That's a bad joke.
Yes.
We're gonna move past that.
I'm
It is a
gonna
bad
do
joke.
it
That's
every
why I put a
fucking
pause
week.
and just hung
Yeah.
it there. Hung it out to dry, Tom. You know what I mean?
Is crossing swords a dick joke or a Ghostbusters joke?
Why not both?
Well, yeah, there you go.
Should have worn my
Put your
Ghostbusters.
heads together.
Yeah.
Too hot to hold, you know?
It's too cold. Too hot to handle, Joe. Too cold
Too hot
to
to
hold.
handle. Sorry.
Yeah. You call the Ghostbusters in
I
your
fucked that up.
You know that song comes on my shuffle in the car at least once a week.
God
The
damn.
Ghostbusters.
You're
theme
living
song.
you're living life well, Tom.
Yeah.
When's the last time you listened to that song?
Probably
it has
3
realistically?
weeks ago.
It has
Yeah.
nothing to do with the Ghostbusters whatsoever. It's just a song that
Probably-
Bobby Brown wrote, and then they were like, "You can do a Ghostbusters theme," and he was like,
He's like,
I have
oh,
this
check this
song.
out.
"I could rap about the Ghostbusters in the beginning for like 20 seconds, and then just sing this song." They're like, "That'll work."
Oh, it's good enough.
Do you think he's talking about the ghost traps? They're steaming, but they look frosty, so I don't understand.
Too hot to handle it. Maybe.
I don't understand how something could be both at the same time.
Crying nipple rubbing land.
It's a real paradox.
It's true. White Man Wild actually nailed the unfortunate arc of one of the best characters in
did
the
I say?
books. Yeah.
Oh, long time no see. Okay.
Hey, Dana Lou.
Busting makes him feel good. Yeah, I agree.
That's the
Wyatt.
best fucking line in any song ever. The
I
fact that
agree.
it's in a children's book
100%.
or children's
Children's
movie.
book? Is it really a
Whatever
children's
the fuck
movie?
it is.
That song is what gave us Huey Lewis and the News doing so much music for Back to the Future.
I know.
Is
It's
it?
a
It's a
good
real
one.
win. Yeah, it's a win
Explain
for
it.
us.
It is a real win for us.
Ray
And Huey.
Parker Jr. They got
And
him
the
to do it
News.
because Huey Lewis and the News wouldn't do Ghostbusters, and then they basically had somebody to rip off the band, and he was like, "Fuck that!"
He's like,
So he
that's
did
our
Back
song.
to the Future.
The more you know.
I mean, back in
Joe, do you have
time-
that rainbow? Joe, you know, have that rainbow thing?
What the fucking show is this that you're doing, Joe?
No, what the fuck? Why would I have that?
Why wouldn't you have that?
I have this. I mean, I have other
Hey!
things. I have Billy Zane ratings. We could talk about what the ratings are for it.
Change
I
that.
have, like,
For S to whatever.
Yeah, we should definitely start using S through F. For
I forgot about Bill. I forgot about Billy Zane ratings. I'm gonna miss that when you guys do the TV show.
Oh,
I
you'll
love
be
the
there.
way
You just want
Yeah,
to
you're
watch
gonna
the
still
show.
fucking be there.
You'll be there. You'll even get
Just
to
quiet.
submit your own rating. It's it'll just be wildly uninformed or based on.
I already know what it is. I already know what it is
Yeah, I
for
know.
every
Well, we
episode.
all know, Tom. We all know.
Maybe
Oh.
people don't. Spoilers.
We're
Like
gonna
a
have to
spoiler
have a
warning,
guest.
for fuck's
We're gonna
sake.
have to have a guest on every episode. For
Why would you
season
have to
3.
do that? All you have to do is just talk
Because we
about
need
what
a
happened.
third
And,
opinion.
well, as I
in the
listen to you
rating
talk
system
about what
that's
happened,
actually valid.
I'll lose my mind. Nobody else will have a chance to talk.
Oh,
You'll be
Jesus.
what? Just the whole time. All right. I mean, I'm good with that. You guys want to do
All right, let's get to the
Crossing
fucking
Swords
show.
in the Wheel
Yeah,
of Time?
let's do it. Spoilers for
Spoilers for all the books and the show.
Do you think the show says? Never mind.
you say that right after you put up all this text about things that happen. You should put up a short
Go back
put
in
up-
time 30 seconds and stop watching.
every
It's fine.
week. Put up a short description about how the book ends, and then after it's been up for like 10
It's
seconds,
the
just be like,
memory
"That
of
is
life."
spoilers."
By the way,
This is
spoiler
spoiler
heavy.
heavy.
And listen, not everyone's supposed to know about it, and nor should they. It's the end of the book.
All right, kick us off. What we got here, Joe? Where do you want to start?
Well, I don't know. Do you want to start with these 3 Demon Dreads ones and just get them out of the way? That's
Oh,
what I was
sure.
thinking.
Sure.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go in order. We got Galad. We got Galad versus Demandred. That was the first one, right?
No.
I think so. Yeah.
Was Galad second? Go in first?
No, Galad
Galad
first.
first?
You're right.
Oh yeah.
Because Galad gets his hand cut off, right? This is when that happens. Or his arm.
Yes.
Yes.
Arm.
Not really.
I don't
It's more like I think it's like a Luke Skywalker, like forearm kind of move.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like a Darth
In the-
Vader, Luke Skywalker move.
It feels like a
I mean, it's
bee.
pretty awesome sword fight. It is sword on sword, but there's also some busting that makes me feel good, I think. Or a little bit of one power, maybe.
There's
right?
some cheating.
Yeah, some cheating, for sure.
How did Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good pass
Make
by
it in?
everybody
I
and make
think
it
what-
out to the radio?
I'm not sure.
I still remember the first time I heard that line, like as a teenager, being like, "What the fuck?" Like just like revelatory, and it might have been one of the things that I've shouted the most while ejaculating.
When's
That's
the
pretty
last
solid.
time? I'm sure it's been a long time, but when's the last time you heard the song "Cream" by Prince? It's filthy. It's basically porn. It was like a top 50 hit in like 1991.
I gotta be honest, it's been a while.
What does that
Good old-
have to do with Galad?
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, you said "Bustin' Makes Me Feel Good" when you picked the thing. You didn't have to say that.
What? That's just part of my repertoire. I say that all the time.
All the time.
All
I
the
said B. I said B.
time. Okay, B.
B or C.
I like
Like I'll
B.
be honest, there's a lot of like either really good or really bad fights here. We're gonna need a middle ground. Well, B or
Yeah.
C.
I hear you, Jono. I'm gonna go C. Mainly because there's one power usage. I'd actually knock it down even further because there's one power usage and it pisses me off. It's not a real sword fight.
I mean, we don't have a. Very interestingly
We
enough,
can
like,
move it around later.
when we did fist fights, as we started
Who's
like listing them
Prince?
off, I was
He
like,
means
"Oh,
the artist. Oliver's ears.
formerly
Actually,
known
let's
as."
know who's Prince.
Uh,
like your Prince, my Prince.
He was formerly known as.
But
They're way ahead of us. They answered for us.
there weren't as many fist fights as we thought when we started making the
Mhm.
list, and then even for just straight sword fights, like for a fantasy book, I was like, I thought there would be more. There's not a ton. Don't
definitely
ask the
started-
audience to say which
I'm
ones
sure
we
there's
missed
some-
because the
I'm sure
list
there's
will
some
be
we're forgetting.
long. So,
I'm sure there's a
started-
ton we're forgetting, or but it's technically the list is of our favorites. So I mean, we
True,
covered
yeah.
everything. We covered everything.
We definitely started
for
reaching
chop
with
it
a
up.
couple.
B
Yeah.
just starting early on that one. I think it deserves
right.
a B. It's the culmination of Galad's redemption to me. So for the moment,
I don't think Galad's redemption. Galad didn't ever bother me too much. Like he's not my favorite.
yeah,
character
but in
by any
terms of
means.
like ranking it higher, I don't mind that logic.
if you don't look at Galad through Elaine's lens, like what did he ever do other than read a bad book and become a member of the KKK?
Indoctrinated.
Other than those quick things, it bothers me that we never got the payoff of him and Rand really like getting a scene together, like beyond like having conversations about that.
Mhm.
So for that reason and that reason only, it stays a C.
Okay,
It doesn't move
I'm
up.
good with C.
You don't-
It's CC
you don't
and
know
B, so
that.
we're on C.
You don't know that.
All right, Gawain versus Demandred.
Let me give that an
He-
F.
This is when he's all hopped up on drugs,
Oh, it's all hopped up on blood knife.
just hopped up on blood knives.
I
What's
hate
the
the
best
blood
thing?
knives. They're so.
It's- You know what? F. That is the most like, and I say this with all due respect. That's the most Brandon Sanderson thing that he brought into the whole show, maybe, or the whole book.
Yeah.
Do you say that? Do you say that with all due respect?
Yeah, I have tremendous respect for this man finishing the fucking series.
Oh yeah, for sure.
No, yeah. What do you got now,
Just
Tom? You
tough
fucking
luck.
I guess.
jaded
I guess you
piece of
could.
shit.
I guess you could say that and just really. The question is
Why
how much
then so
respect
as
is
he gets
due.
killed? I can't. Oh,
Yeah. well,
shit.
No. He was already dead.
That's
true.
true.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, you're right. Because it was a suicide mission, but he was already dying. It's like it's like
He would have died anyway.
he had full blown cancer.
AIDS.
Like he was about
Yeah.
to die. AIDS by lightning.
You really committed suicide to save the world. And
Is it
failed.
F though?
It's F for failure.
It's an E. Give it an E. It's
All
actually
right.
not.
I think I'm
it's a
gonna.
good
I think I'm
fight.
going E.
Yeah, it's a good fight.
I think it's
much
gross
fun as it
that
is
that his and Gal's are so close to each other.
I
Well, good
mean,
news.
you know, we got to look.
We're kind of
low.
we're kind of low key Galad fans on this podcast. Are other people, or is it just us? Or is he kind of
I mean,
like
Ayush
secretly
clearly
well?
is.
Is he well
Deserves a
liked?
B, see?
I
don't know.
It's a good question.
I wonder how many like.
Blood
I-
hates. What other kind is there? Isn't that it? Oh,
Yeah,
That's
I
lightning.
think Magic
did
Johnson did that whole cycle of blood. That's what I read. I think I saw that on an episode of South Park. I can't.
Yeah, that's
remember.
correct.
You put money in. You put money in the blood.
yeah. Money's on the blood.
A little blood.
Dana said I
detergent.
like Galad and his arc. Interesting.
See, yeah, Dana Lou. That makes sense. We like
He
that
does
too.
redeem himself in a way.
But he doesn't need to redeem. Hold on. Fuck off, Joe. Like,
Yes, he
doesn't-
does.
What does he do? What does Galad do that needs to be redeemed?
He redeems
Again,
the stick that was jammed way up his ass, and then eventually takes it out.
in what
Jono,
way is that
he
that?
reads mind confidence. Like I think there's some good ideas in here.
For entertaining. tales.
But
I mean,
does he
I'm not
ever
even
follow those ideals? Like, I get what we're going for, and there is certainly the.
He actually tries to follow the ideals to the letter, and the reason he doesn't like the children is because they don't.
Exactly. Is that his fault or
Mhm.
their fault? It's their fucking fault. They so. Plus, he kills his mother's rapist. What type of beautiful story?
We're done with Galad. First of all, that's
Yeah,
a
we can't do
separate
that.
sword fight that we'll discuss.
Yeah, we can't do
All
that.
right, fair enough.
You can't involve a separate sword fight with this.
It's actually
sword fight.
one of the few like legitimate sword fights.
Yeah, I agree. Actually, yeah. All right, Land versus Demandred, also a legitimate sword
Yes.
fight, and because of Matt's medallion, the real one or the copy? I don't remember if it's a copy or not. It doesn't matter. One power's not working on him. He crushes it. You know.
S.
All right.
A. Actually, you know what? I'll give it an A. I want to
right.
take that one down slightly.
I was between A and B. So
Interesting.
I'm satisfied with A, I suppose.
I'm
I think
satisfied with A.
I gotta go A on this one at least.
Yeah. I think it
borderline
misses
S.
it's an interesting thing of like, I think part of my problem is the fact that I did not love Damondred's arc in the last book. I kind of, I felt it like a little hollow. Just all of a sudden, this mysteriously, fucked up character that has been pulling shit all the way around comes out.
We're
like,
getting a
by
lot
the
of
way,
S's.
Don't forget this other
Easiest
continent
S
that
I've
exists.
ever seen.
Oh, all right.
I mean,
Well,
it
the
might
audience
be.
hates
I
us.
mean,
Whoa,
I'm not-
don't
I'm
be
not
swayed by public
huge
opinion.
disagreement. No,
That's
I'm
for
kind of.
sway.
I was already kind of there. I said I was borderline, but like the thing for me, I mean, one, it's the culmination of like what he's been teaching Rand since like book 2.
I think it does prove
Like,
that
if
Land's the greatest
If you have to
swordsman.
do something, like do it. Yeah, yeah.
But I'm also with Jono where I didn't really care that much.
Bothered me how little I
Wait,
cared
is it
about Damondred.
belittled by the fact that it's like the third time Demandred's fight something?
Yeah, that
Because I
doesn't
feel like it
help
does.
either.
Yeah, I feel like it kind of waters it down.
Also, you know what doesn't help is that it seems like he would have never got there. It was weird the way he rode through the army to get to the top. There was something weird about it. The fight itself was good,
I don't disagree with you.
but a lot of things around the fight were
Listen,
like,
A is still
okay.
an exemplary.
No, that's E. E is
Right.
exemplary.
A for Alan.
Oh yeah.
yeah, really. We continue with the Sesame Street vibe.
Borderline
I
said.
don't,
So
I don't have a problem with the
why is
Sesame
that-
Street
why is that
vibe going on forever.
I don't know. I think that's A or S for me, but I'm good. I'm good with A for now. It's
There's
A
just
versus
other-
A, maybe
there's-
S.
Yeah. There's other things that I thought were very cool.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the
Hmm.
decider, right? Is like, if we've got this tiers, and obviously we're not trying to normal curve or have it whatever the fuck even, but we've definitely got to have what our S's are and look at it and compare. And by that note, I want to start with 6, and then after that, I want to go to 9.
Okay,
We can't
I'll
allow
start with
that.
6. Matt
Yeah.
and Galad, or Matt versus Galad and Gawain.
S.
Legendary, fucking awesome. It's one of the best scenes in the goddamn books, and it
All right,
solidifies Matt as like moving forward from being a drug-addled, dagger-holding psychopath to the badass that he becomes later.
Yes.
So, were we considering weighing things slightly against like it not being a straight up sword fight, or are we just going to go based on exactly what we're seeing on here? You know what I mean?
No, you can certainly weigh that in.
You can.
I will. I'll
Yeah.
take any kind of logic behind why you think something should be.
Yeah.
wherever
Have you
it
seen
should
our
Can
show?
can I change my logic for every answer?
be. Absolutely.
Yes. Again,
Alright.
have you seen our show?
I mean, I might yell at you and call you out for it, but you can. Yeah.
Oh, I don't care about that. I'm an S or A, I guess. I
S.
can go either.
Shit. Now I have to decide.
Alright. Congratulations, Joe.
Is it even real swords? I can't remember now.
No,
It's
I
practice
can't
swords.
remember. No,
Technically,
practice
it's
swords.
there for multiple.
I've read that so many times. That's embarrassing.
I know. I can't. The fact that I can't remember if they're fighting with real swords or not is ridiculous.
But this is the first scene
They
where
couldn't
Matt
have.
Cawthon becomes the like holy shit. He's like, if he's not your favorite, he's in your top 5 almost instantly right after this. Like everything about this shit. So
We also are not
Just
necessarily
came here
talking
to
about.
see the sword and chew bubblegum.
We might not necessarily be talking about the moment itself as much as the fight. It's still a very cool fight too.
Yeah, it is a really.
I actually-
well, it's also
I'm gonna
like
leave-
Kamar, like going like, "Hey, you cocky douchebags! Like you can be beaten, and here's why." You know, like so. There's part of I don't just for the pure lesson of the moment. I like.
I've convinced myself of an S, but I'm going to leave it my vote as an A just out of spite.
just for
do you want
spite.
more? Do you want more context? There's a whole bunch of Aes Sedai accepted novices and just random women all getting wet because Galad's shirtless, and instead
That's true.
Matt beats him. And Matt, who just got out of a sick bed.
Oh yeah, he's
And they talk
barely
about-
alive.
Yeah, and they
That's
talk about the
something
fact
that's
that
constantly forgotten.
the best sword fighter in the world lost to a random farmer with a fucking or not world history, random fucking fighter with a quarterstaff. So that's an S. Joe, make your decision and don't fuck it up.
I already decided it's A.
Yeah, we're already there.
I didn't even look.
It's SAA. That's where it's at.
Oh, we didn't even put that random farmer versus
Well, that didn't happen.
Ah,
No,
yeah, random farmer.
I just figure we have to go 6 to 9.
Am I gonna? I might move it. It might be moved to S later.
Yeah, we're not done.
Yeah.
A for Abel's training pays off.
We're spitballing.
Agent's gonna be all night with that. We be all night.
Yeah.
I wonder if Beej is coming up with them like off the top of his head immediately, or if some of them he's like, I had to think about this for a second.
T for thinking.
Yeah.
Damn it, that doesn't make
That's,
sense.
that's an excellent question. All right, so Jono said 9. This is one of the ones that I threw out there that you guys didn't say, but I was like,
I just want to go 6 to 9. That's it. That's my whole reason.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, Talmanes.
I would just say
How do you say that?
Talmanes. I say
Talmanes?
Talmanes exactly as
Versus
I
2
read it.
fades. It's amazing. I mean, like, guys, blood poisoning. He's fighting for Camelin, recovering Eludra's dragons. He kills 2 Mildril. Like, he's gathering up the mercenaries. He's saved refugees.
I
He
forget.
blows
that's
up the city
13
walls.
or
He gets a
14.
nickname.
I absolutely love that. I thought he was done for sure.
Yeah.
In that opening
like,
of that book.
We'll call you Dreadbane. You killed 2 fades in front of us. I'm like, fuck yeah, man. That guy. I
This
mean,
was
like
based-
that fight was awesome.
I'll give
I'd
it
still
a
put it
B.
as a. I'd still put it as a B.
Yeah,
Just based
B
on
at best.
based on what's in the A section.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll move when we change things.
D just doesn't feel just.
Dare
I
you.
mean, I B
She
at
means
best.
the mirror draw as a whole. Damn.
Oh wow!
Luke Reno can
you know what?
stay.
I don't disagree. Maybe he's right. Maybe that's
The
like
rare-
great intention.
the
being
rare-
Like, this guy's a badass, and as readers, we should have been like, what the fuck?
I love Talmanes, and I
I
really
do
didn't
too.
want him to die.
But he did.
I was BC.
No, we
before
didn't.
Cock. That's not right. But we'll go with B. We'll go with B for now.
He did not, right? Am I crazy?
No,
he didn't die.
No.
No, not yet. Now, when you read book 15, which Tom has been working on for a while, we'll see where that goes.
We're gonna
Kid
pull one
Rand
of Jono's random ones out. Rand versus a pillow.
For context, this is when Rand gets the sword, I believe in the 5th book. It may be the 4th, from Avienda. It's King Lamin's sword from Kirhian. And the
Keep
first thing he
going.
does.
I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm listening.
I'm a D on that. I'm a D on that actually.
Oh,
It's amazing.
mean,
He
I like
picks
it.
up and just slices
I
the
like
pillow
it.
in half.
I enjoy Rand and Avienda's relationship. I like this moment, and I like it better than Gwyn versus Demetrode.
oh shit.
So I'm a D.
I also think it's just
Jono?
like the dumbest thing in the world. Let's give it a D. It's fine. I love the idea that he's like clearly
Fuck.
holding a fucking.
I was gonna say E.
Our made sword. His response is pillow.
Thanks to the sweet sword. Throw the.
Also very wasteful.
Yeah, did you see that badass?
I mean, I know they sit on carpets and pillows, but they can't have that many pillows in the waist.
Yeah, there's not like it's a mattress store as a
Ooh,
store.
pillow friend.
you don't think there's a BB&B?
No. And therefore, how many chickens or ducks are being plucked for that pillow? Like somebody worked for that. You
I
know?
guess if there was,
I guess the pillow together.
if there was a BB&B there in the waist, it went out of business long ago.
Yeah,
How dare you?
just because they don't sell water.
Do you think that's one of the buildings in Rudian?
There's a good chance. Just kind of dry, desiccated in the corner.
Just like horrifyingly disgusting.
Like, what do you
mattresses.
think this big room was? I think it was Bed Bath & Beyond.
Well, actually,
Deep-
that was the
deep
world
pillow
market.
penetration.
The Bed Bath & Beyond over there. Deep pillow penetration.
Never agree with Tom Ayush.
What if the old cities, based on what we've seen in the Age of Legends with raindrops that are basically cars and they see planes and stuff, like some of those old cities really are just like strip malls that went to dust after Amazon came. Just a
Very
mall.
dystopian past. No wonder.
It's just, listen, guys. It's just the natural progression.
I mean, in theory, they should be
works from home now.
In theory, they should be able to find the ruins of like a Gap or a Best Buy.
I mean,
That's not the Age of Legends, though, right? And odds are, let's be honest, that construction for strip malls, that's not staying around for a few thousand
what's the
years.
age?
That
What's
shit's
the
gone
Age of
after 20.
Legends version of the Gap though? Because like they had all the modern conveniences. It was just the Age of Legends.
Oh, the gate.
Is it like Terangrials are us?
Look, eventually, I mean, there is a
Worst
time
joke
where
ever.
probably nobody knows the. Look, at least one of these ages is us.
Yeah.
In
I
theory.
Yeah.
So there is definitely an old structure.
All right, let's go with an oldie but a goodie. Rand kills Narg.
What do you think? The Illuminators just found like a party city or like a dance fireworks.
Dance firework.
They just found a sign that just fireworks. What's in here? Then the third person.
I feel like if Trolloc Talk is watching this, we just gave him an idea for the
Yeah, he's like gonna be like, oh,
next
fuck.
season, but now we're gonna
Next
talk about
season is
this,
Twat
and
Quest.
he's gonna get angry and not give us next season at all.
Yeah,
Heck.
probably.
I don't know.
Actually, I don't know what he would have wanted from this.
E or D for this?
Samuel would have stayed true if only the baby gap was open on Easter.
That's his issues. He's very, very upset.
dog
by...
fucker versus street dog? I missed that one. Narg smart, fights bad.
Oh.
I'm gonna give Narg a D until we move Gawain to F.
And then moving on.
I mean, Rand
Also,
kills Narg. It's not a good fight. He does
Big
kill
moment.
a Trolloc with a sword.
that is, you know what? He's hitting the bare minimum there.
Was Narg
But
just
that's-
overconfident?
Are we just gonna
Well,
ignore
maybe.
the Samael shops at Baby Gap comment? Because I thought that was.
I read it out loud.
But so the thing is, like, as a sword fight, all right, fight being part of it, no swords were crossed here, right?
That you know
Narg-
of.
Narg
That
didn't have
you
a sword
know
out?
of. I don't think Narg
Rand
wore
had
pants.
his.
Yeah. There's absolutely a huge chance that Rand and Narg both had battle boners. And we're just
And what does that matter?
Whacking
There's
them
only one.
together.
There's only one sword involved in Rand versus Pillow.
That's not true. You couldn't see what's
That's
going on with
true.
Pillow.
That's true. That fucking pillow had a knife. I know it. Rand kills
That's
Narg.
the Give it a D. Fuck it. It is the first blood spilled in the entire book. Like maybe the first blood, but like the first like real.
Like
As good as Galad versus Damodred, right? No. All right, fine, D.
no, are you crazy?
I don't know.
I almost feel bad about Gawain versus Damodred.
It wasn't a good fight. Yeah.
I'd like
Narc
I
talks
like-
longer than the fight itself.
I like the
It's
win
true.
versus Damodred a lot more, minus
Yeah.
the blood knives. Maybe I should
Yeah,
just
that's
ignore
true.
that part.
Yeah,
if he
ignore
had
the
just
blood
walked
knife
in and gotten killed, it would have been much. It would, like, see,
You know what else is annoying? I thought Gawain was pretty deadly with a sword and like not super far off from like Galad, but that makes it seem like he needs like 3 power-up mushrooms just to even stand a chance for 5 seconds. I didn't care for that either. He's supposed to be pretty scary.
He had a 1-up.
he did have a 1-up, but like, so there's definitely some issues with like kind of like how the consistency and how good everyone is, right? Obviously, Land's at the top.
Yeah.
and there's assumptions obviously that like Rand is at least two-handed version right below him, but Galad was always shown to be better than Gawain like through the entirety until they at least separate.
After Do Might As Well and the Younglings and all that stuff, like Gawain gets harder, better, faster. Like
Yeah.
I don't know.
It seems like he just like, goes like, levels up a little bit. Maybe he does find that level up, the mushroom, and then he gets the blood knife, and yet still somehow, to your point, Tom, does not do nearly as well as Galad does.
Is it because he's a fucking high on heroin?
It might be because he's a douche.
Because he's smoking that blood knife crack. You can't focus on the fight, when you're all drugged.
Yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna leave. I'll leave that where it is. Doesn't need to go up or down. It's fine.
Galad was
But I
better
will
armed,
stop-
was he? Just because it was a heron mark blade?
I will stop using it as a measuring stick for everything else, though.
Not for long, though. To that point, he was actually not better armed because he lost half of one.
Does he? Does Gawain kill multiple blade masters?
Yeah.
Well, Hamar.
He kills
I guess
Hamar.
he does
Yeah.
it way before Galad does. Shit.
It just makes
Well,
it seem like he's not that skilled, and
Yeah.
I feel
weird.
like he is.
Yeah.
Of
Huh.
course, Galad versus
We're
White
still on the
Cloak.
first two things we talked about.
I feel like Galad should have crushed that White Cloak in 5 seconds. I can't remember who it was.
Let's get some. Oh, Valda.
Corridon?
Yeah.
Valda. Even Valda.
It annoys me that Galad
since
didn't defeat
since
him.
we've been
like,
talking about it,
easily.
let's do Gawain versus Hammer. MC. It's
Uh,
Hammer, I think. How do you say it? Hammer?
Hey, Mayor.
Give me a Happy Meal. That happens off screen, but I think it's like
I know it
sad
doesn't.
and cool. It was,
well,
but it was
it
sad
takes-
and cool,
Yeah.
and like so disappointing, and like
I feel like
I don't know.
in this fight, I feel like Hamar wasn't in it. You know what I mean? Like it's his student. I feel like he was just like maybe holding back or not. Like I don't want to fight you, and then Gawain's just like, and there's my in, and stabbed it. Like that's how it always felt to me. Like it didn't feel like a real win. It felt like Hamar was just like, we shouldn't be doing this, and then Gawain was just like, slit your throat.
You want an asterisk on his first Blade Master?
Yeah,
win?
I do sort of. Yeah, like just like an asterisk on Rand's first Turok win. Like that.
Well,
Was,
I mean,
you know.
however
Yeah.
you win, you win. You're not a
No,
blade master if you hold back.
Absolutely true. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I just get because
know.
it's off screen. Maybe I always got the impression like there was something we didn't see there, and it was like
C or D, I guess.
Obi-Wan style, just like if you strike me down, kind of thing.
Hamar slipped on a banana, and then he never told him. Like no one else needs to know about that. I won fair and clean.
If you're gonna call yourself Hammer, you better not lose to a redhead royal number 2.
Like that's also another thing that makes it kind of unfortunate. Is his name is awesome, and like he was kind of awesome the whole time, smoking a pipe and watching it. Maybe he'd just been indolent for too long, hadn't really done anything, and then just got pretty much run through by Gawain, redhead prince number 2. Just tough days. Piece
I
of
don't know.
shit
Where do you guys want to put Hamar?
C
McHammer.
or
D?
D.
Yeah,
D
D?
works for me.
All right, I'm gonna go D. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine. And mainly because it's off screen. Like if I had seen it, I would have been like, "Oh, there's details," and I have a more informed opinion.
so that'd be
Yeah.
D tails. So that makes sense
Yeah,
already.
details. Yeah. Is Nynaeve sparring with the two warders the only actual sword fight in the show?
That's an F. We hadn't thought of that, but that's an F. Write that up and then put it as
Don't
an
even write it up.
F.
Don't
I'm glad that was brought
It's
up.
What
not
about-
an F. It's so below F.
Well, I mean, it's not sword versus sword, but Lan versus. He's also practicing though. But Lan spars with that other warder with the two axes that dies when Logain is freed in the first season. You know what I'm talking about?
You made Tom leave. You know what? What's funny is I've watched that show a couple times and barely. The answer is yes, I remember, but
Lan sparring with the one warder, and then he's the one later on that jumps at the like the shield, and his axe pierces the shield, and that's what like causes Logain's axe to like, or that axe to shatter and kill it and stab everybody, including Lan. Steppen? Was it Steppen? Oh shit, it was Steppen.
Oh, then
I'm just saying, if that counts as a sword fight, you know,
yeah. So
that one comes to mind. Is all I'm saying.
That's also an F.
So I guess Nynaeve sparring with the two warders and Steppen v Lan when they're practicing. F tier.
F tier. F tier. Like, I'll be honest, that's just bad writing. Like that. That's Stain the Killer. Is he talking about for Gollum versus Hammer? Because I don't hate that.
Yeah,
because that's definitely one of those things. Like from a actual character point of view of like how he changes drastically.
Who even cares about the show?
That's it.
I like the show.
I there are parts of the show that I support. Tom, obviously, if you have any disagreements,
Tom's not here right now, so we can.
If Tom disagrees, he'll tell us now. Sounds like Tom agrees at the show. Like he supports the show to some degree. Thanks, Tom. But like there are like that alone though. That's shitty fucking writing. The idea that like Nynaeve is just gonna go like have like a 2-on-1 with two warders, and that not in the way that we all thought it would be. Fuck that.
I'm just adding them.
Yeah, fair enough. And then put it in front of Tom, just so we can watch him like have feces fly out of him.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, we're just putting them on an F. It doesn't matter.
It's more fun to. Fine. I mean, that's the right.
You know, when the audience is chiming in with stuff they want to talk about, we're gonna put them out there.
Their input probably counts for more than ours. Where do you want to go next, Tom? Joey?
I don't know. Let's go for another. I was gonna say another dumb one, but let's go with Aram.
There are no dumb ones. Oh, number 15, Aram versus.
I just wrote versus everything. It's Dumai's Wells.
Wells.
It's him and it's where is it? You wrote it.
Book 6.
Jono.
Yeah, it's Dumai's Wells, the end of book 6. One of the best battles in any book ever, right? That's right.
It's the first time he's like killing with a sword, I think, is why we were like, oh shit. You know, kind of.
He's
thing.
also laughing maniacally. Like he might have a fucking hard on the whole battle.
My favorite, you wrote, dude laughs maniacally because he's devoted a member of the Way of the Leaf.
Really let his religion sink in deep, huh?
It's really perfect. I don't know. Where do you want to put Aram Sino, man?
It's
S now. S for that.
Oh, S tier?
I forgot how perfect it was.
Look at him.
Who noticed that?
Jono.
Who's the best thing?
Literally, Aram versus everything is Dumai's Wells. It's Aram at Dumai's Wells. I should have written, that's S.
It's not S. The GIF, the fucking imagery.
Right,
that's a C.
I love Aram. Oh, at Dumai's Well, that's very good. Because I hate the way his storyline.
Well, specifically, it's like
lot.
when he uses the sword for the first time and like kills people. You know, it's the first Aram with a sword murdering people.
My only problem with Aram at Dumai's Well murdering people with a sword is like how good he was at it.
He did go
like you've practiced before. How many dead animals are outside of the wandering tinker camps?
Holy shit, that's a wonderful question.
I also think as a fan of the Wheel of
That
Time, I
fucking
probably shouldn't
serial
question
killer.
somebody picking up a sword and then being really good at it like within 5 seconds.
C.
Alana's
Yeah, that
one.
That works for me, I guess.
Are we talking about Alana's wanders crossing swords during that scene?
Warders crossing the sword.
Oh, warders. Oh, gotcha. Gets me every time. Oh, I'm assuming he means the GIF.
I would see or beyond that.
If the leaf extends for more than 4 hours.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta definitely call it off there. Also, who would you call?
You don't have to call a doctor, just have more sex.
Well, first of all, that's
You're getting,
the solution.
it's more
Second
bang
of
for your
all,
buck, literally.
If the Yellow Aja just had hospitals in every city like they fucking should, what have you been doing for 3,000 years?
That is
Jesus
so
Christ.
crazy. That makes sense.
It is still one of the dumbest.
Wait,
like,
Joe,
the
you
amount
didn't
of-
put that anywhere.
What have you been
Just-
doing for 3,000 years?
Number
No, you didn't put.
15 is just
You didn't
hanging
move
out.
air.
I haven't. Where did we decide?
I said
You
B
have
or
to vote
C.
too.
B or C?
Yeah.
What'd you
It's
say?
I said
cool.
C or D.
C or D. Yeah.
All right, C. All right, D it is. I'm with Jono. And Tom was lukewarm on C at best.
Yeah.
All right. Well, moving right along. you know. All right, I have a question, Jono. Rand versus Bilal. How much real sword fighting did they? Did they really fight with a set?
The
There's
worst
not one power
Forsaken-
in that fight.
That's the end of
Yeah.
book 3. And
Yeah,
this
I
Not
know.
a good Forsaken fight.
It's a good Forsaken fight with swords because it's the only real one with swords. They are fighting in circles. Like Bilal is trying to fence him to grab Kalendor. Bilal's whole point is to get him to grab Kalendor, and then he was going to kill him. And the entire time he's egging him on about how much he used to be a better fighter when he was loose there in Telamon.
Yeah.
So it's actually
Okay.
it shows Rand technically is a blade master already for having beaten Turak. He pales in comparison to Bilal, at least at the time. So it's a good sword fight.
C or D.
Yeah, but so the resolution of that though isn't like I bested him with the sword. It was that Kalendor was grabbed.
The resolution is more.
The resolution was he
Moraine
turned to
busted his
dust.
sword, like
Yeah,
balefire,
Moraine
right?
just balefires him.
All right, so that's for that reason. I will put that low for me.
I'll give it a C.
Not much of a. All right, C. Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
that's equivalent to
C for
Gallon
Kalendor.
versus
Beach, C for Kalendor.
C for Kalendor or slash. There's only if only there was a way to Moraine comes in and just balefires his ass.
I'm trying to guess what he's gonna say.
hope it's
Yeah,
just-
I don't know. Rand versus Bilal feels very Darth Vader Luke. Oh, interesting.
Uh-oh. Joe,
We already kind of said that
Oh.
about Gawain versus Demandra to lose dinner.
There can be more than one.
It feels
Dan,
very
can there?
trying to make Harry Potter grab the prophecy. Feels like a rip off of Harry Potter.
Yeah, everything. I mean, as we all know, everything is a rip up Harry Potter. Okay. Let's talk about Tom the Fade at Whitebridge because it also happened off screen, but it's also amazing. But it also doesn't necessarily involve multiple swords. Although I assume
Does it
the mirror
involve-
draw
does it-
had a sword.
It involves a
It-
sword.
It involves a sword. I'm gonna go
It's
with
knives. It's knives versus swords.
It's very cool.
It is really cool.
This is one of those pieces that launched 1,000 theories that he had one power made knives because blue sparks showed up.
yeah.
I don't know, C or D.
D. It's not really a. It's
It's
a
off
knobbly old
screen.
man. Yeah.
I do love it though.
Mm-hmm.
D.
I do love it too. C for I can't think of anything better than Kalendor. It's not bad. Not bad, Beach.
D.
Yeah, I guess I'll go C on that one. That's not.
What? It was 2 Ds.
Oh, it's 2 Ds?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But you're allowed to say what your point is. But
Yeah, I think I'd go C on that one just because I really fucking love that moment. But it's
really
it's
do
off the
too,
screen. Yeah. I'm iffy on that one. All right. Let's move some of this up here. So we can
Let's do
start to see
35.
them. Oh, we'll do 35 right now. What do you guys want to do? Let's get some of these practice swords out of the way. What, Land versus Rand? Come on.
Go for it. Number
not to
8.
F that.
Yeah, number 8.
Did you say you're
E or F
gonna F that?
E or F.
We'll go with E, just because it is a practice battle. But this is also an awesome one because like the wind comes out of his back.
Technically, no swords in this fight.
It's practice swords.
Well, there's
All
there's no swords in
Bundles of lathes.
in Matt versus Galit and Gwyn, and that's a really high.
Yeah.
You know, I like this moment because it's unlike the show. Shows Rand's learning how to become Rand, and you know, it's a moment that was really lost that I wish they had captured, for instance. But I mean, like, I really do love that moment. But I mean, as far as sword fights go, not high.
As far as, I mean, but it like this is a real like practice. Like it feels like of all the of the things that actually happens, this is what a sword fight looks like. He's getting his shit kicked in. He's hit, you know, left, right. He's got bruises. He's got this. He's trying to try different shit. And then, of course, randomly, Bubble of Evil pretty much comes up, pushes him forward. And if it had been anything besides a bundle of lathes, because it splinters into him and draws blood.
How mad would the Dark One have been at his own bubbles?
Don't kill him now. No. Oh, it was the first time he hints at butt sex.
You
too.
did this. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, E works.
Okay. I was gonna say, I don't know. Do you guys want to talk about one? I was gonna say Ran in the Sky with Ishmael.
Just pick any.
Yeah. Look, Ran in the Sky with Diamonds, great. Great.
Honestly, the more top row you take off, the easier it is to move everything out. So I can see it.
Ran in the Sky is fucking amazing.
It just happens
And I love it.
Utah. It feels like. I know it doesn't.
B or A. I mean, this is a wonderful fight, but at the same time, like it's not the best sword fight, especially because it's only 50% sword, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, what does he got? Like a death stick? You know,
it's a quarterstaff that goes through your skin, as they do.
It's Rand fighting somebody and being like, "This is your destiny." He's like, "I don't think so," and then he injures himself, but he wins the fight. It's kind of like real Darth Vader versus Luke Skywalker.
And then he falls down the shaft. It's a good thing his old pals were there in the 9-horse hitch Millennium Falcon. I'm gonna go with
yeah, that works for me.
B. I mean, it's easily as good as Talmain's.
Yeah.
Is it up there with Matt and Gallon?
It's better than Talmain's. I don't think it's up there with Matt and Gallon.
I feel like the way we have things ranked isn't right, and it's skewing our rankings, but I actually love that, and I'm going to keep everything exactly where it is.
I can't. I gotta look sideways at everything in a minute.
Yeah.
All right. We'll do one more on this top row, and then everything should fit in a way that doesn't involve
Whoopsie daisy.
having to play diddle hole with this shit.
Mistake. Okay. All right. Well, the last top row is not top row. Land in the stable yard. No, Jono, you put this one up. It's
New Spring.
New Spring. He's like fighting 6 dudes. It's an amazing sword fight.
Amazing sword fight. So by definition, as far as a sword ability, this should technically be an S, right? There's like everyone said, like the whole point is like, you know, no man's ever lived through 6 men, which by the way, write that one down. I was reading at the bottom. I apologize for getting sidetracked instantly as soon as I read stuff, but a great Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Give me more of the Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds.
Was the middle finger shape of the ranking grid intentional? Yes, we're flicking off the show for not including any of these scenes.
We know what we're doing.
B for bending to the will of the wheel. No, okay.
But so Land's fight in the stable yard is like one of those things that, like, you know, songs or something.
I don't remember New Spring half as much as I remember the rest of the series.
I only vaguely,
and because of that, I barely remember it. But I also, what my memory is of it is he kicks fucking ass, but barely survives, kind of thing, because it's young.
That is correct on both accounts.
Yeah.
but it's pretty much like I think he tells Bukime to leave or Bukaki to leave. I apologize for getting his name wrong. And like everyone is just kind of like no one survives 6. Like 6-on-1. That's some shit that only happens on YouPorn, and like no one's better afterwards.
Whoa! I've seen a lot of people survive 6-on-1.
Well, obviously there's the what's it called 500, but she killed herself afterwards. So too soon on that, Tom.
I just said 6.
Oh, guess I got a little defensive about my mother. I'd go with an A.
Oh shit, we haven't done that in a while. All right, that's A for you, Jono. Tom, how do you feel about that one?
I don't remember it well enough to really change it. And it sounds cool.
It does sound cool.
It does sound cool. Huh?
It was cool.
I think I've only read New Spring twice, and once was when it came out, and once was when we covered the books.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should do an award show for it because we actually skipped that one.
I would have to reread the whole book.
I would too. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I'm against that.
I'm not either.
Not
What
long.
else do you have to do?
It's not long.
It's not that gross.
You should be able to look up a little porno work. I think B for me on this one. Is that what we're kind of in consensus on?
I love that you have an opinion. I was agreeing with Jono because I don't have an opinion. I don't remember the book that well. You're like, I don't remember it either, but I think.
No, I remember things. I just don't remember it well.
I remember things.
Jono reinforced my memory. Also, thanks, Tom.
Yeah,
all right, fine. A? Seriously?
No, it's fine where it is.
All right. Well, no.
Whatever you want.
What do you want?
B or A is fine by me. Yeah.
God damn it. All right, we're leaving it there.
Just leave it there.
We're leaving it there. Jesus, Jono.
Thank you. I don't know if that's a compliment. It was the Houston 500. That's what it was. Yeah.
Just no.
R.I.P. to her.
All right, let's get this one out of the way real quick. Blacksmith versus human. That's
fuck.
I'm just gonna say E.
Shauna suggested this one. It's when they at Shayo Gol when they stab a sword into a woman to make it poisonous.
It's at Takandar. It's at the valley.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. So right outside Shayo Gol.
Not a woman. It's a human.
That's why I wrote
it's almost always young children, women, that kind of people who are just who weren't fighting and they died a couple 100 miles south and are just so done with life.
This isn't a sword fight. This is land versus stepping.
E.
All right,
no. It's from the book.
I won't equate it to the show.
It's all right, fair enough. Probably one of the darkest. Not probably. It's definitely because there are so many swords that are out there.
For fate. Quenching the blade. Yes, that's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, it's a fucked up thing.
Is it 5? I thought it was 6. I swear it was 6.
He did,
but I
it was 6. It was 6.
Right.
When we reread it.
Give us a random number.
29.
All right.
Rand versus Tam, one-handed. I love this moment, but it's really just they are practicing, but it's Land being like, "Oh, I'm going to practice with you one-handed because I just you only have one hand now, so I'm going to retrain you how to fight it with a sword." Like I don't know, it was a beautiful moment. Father and son reunited.
I barely remember this. Like you read it, and I was like,
"Me either."
Damn, yeah.
That's why I picked it.
So
let's start picking the ones I don't remember.
So it's when they came back together again, and they were like kind of sparring and just working through some shit, father and dad style. But like basically, because Rand only had one hand, Tam started fighting him with only one hand. So it was like
I remember this now. So this is obviously is this 13 or 14? But it's one of those.
I think it was 14.
I think it's 14.
Maybe it might have been 13 right at the end. I don't know. I can't remember.
I mean, it sounds so good. I don't want to give it an E, but it can't be higher than D.
It can't be.
I don't.
Give
Yeah.
it a D.
Yeah, it's not higher. No, it's an amazing moment. It's definitely worth a D moment. It's definitely Aram at Dumais Wells or Tom versus Whitebridge style moment. It just came later in the book series and you guys don't remember it as well. But if you reread that, you'd be crying and you'd want to put it higher. That's all I'm saying.
I don't think so.
Yes, you would. Yes, you would. All right, what do we got left here? Let's move some of these up. Whoop, that was bad.
What's 35?
I'm trying to just move everything up so we can see everything. Hold on. There's no 35.
Only Zool?
Only Zool.
Least
There's no 35. Only Zool.
7th reference to Ghostbusters tonight. For no
Number 16.
reason.
Number 16.
Jono, but this one was one of my favorite moments in the last 3 books. Yeah, see, like that's what I'm saying. Like, it's one of those things that would rank high if it was like in your memory or if you had read it recently. But like, I understand where you're at. D for Dad teaches son to play sword with one hand.
Can you call on me?
One-handed sword play? Yeah.
My sword play is always good. I think it says volumes, though. I read this book sober at least 2 or 3 times, that it doesn't stick out more to me.
I think the reason for that is like when you reach the end of the series, one, it's Brandon Sanderson, so you and I and Tom not so much, just tend to pick apart what I'm just tend to pick apart like what is going on in the series at the time, or what Brandon wrote versus what Robert Jordan wrote, and all this shit. But like, so some of those like actually touching moments get lost within the "it's the last battle" like kind of thing coming up, and I think that's why that moment was like, oh, I love that one. But it's again, it's not. It's late in the series. It's they're barely together for 5 minutes. It's a short scene, but I think it's.
Don't get me wrong. I like I said earlier, forever fucking appreciative of everything Brandon did, and I've read almost all of his other books, but I just feel like he doesn't write something emotional, like weighty, with the same ability.
Okay, very fair. Okay.
Well, I'm actually been
I
told.
can tell you why. I can tell you why.
Oh, make it offensive.
Do 16.
Okay. Land versus a grasshopper.
This is a great scene. I'm giving this a C.
Are you?
What? Oh man, Jono, tell us why this is a C.
All right. So this is the scene in, I believe it's in book 6. After Moraine's dead, Land's bond has passed on to is it Morel?
Yeah, Myrel, yeah.
And yeah, she when not fucking him to keep his head on straight, he is out doing sword forms, and Egwene comes, and this is when she's kind of like asserting her power a little bit as the Emirlin. And
this is very much the same as Land versus Air.
Yeah, I didn't know those were not the same thing. Oh, well, that's called getting rid of that. Continue.
Land versus Air. All right, so this counts for that whole scene?
Yeah, this is the whole scene.
Then that's at least a B for me. Not the grasshopper parts.
Yeah, the grasshopper. So he's out there.
Why did you guys put the same thing in twice?
Why didn't we do Land versus Air in front of Morel instead of Land versus Grasshopper?
Because that's what he does, though. He goes to grasshopper. So we
don't care about the grasshopper. We're talking about Land versus Air in front of Morel.
He also practices in front of the Aes Sedai and the warders, and all the warders are like, what in the actual fuck is this guy doing? It's amazing. And they're all blown away.
The speed of his sword is so fucking fast. Like, he's going like faster and faster and faster that everyone who's like even trying to pretend like a spot of decorum is just staring at this suicidal wolf of a man. And like all of a sudden a fucking grasshopper hops out. He cuts it in half without like stopping, and then his sword stops just in front of Egwene.
Yeah, it's at least a B.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with the B.
Yeah.
You don't remember that part, you should reread it. It's fantastic.
I don't remember that part at all. I mean, that's saying a lot. I don't remember it not at all. I remember it, but not well.
Plus, it's very
That's
cool
not
because we haven't really seen Lan in a while, and we're desperately wanting him to get back.
That's true.
part of the
I
story.
remember it about as well as I remember Lan in a stable yard versus 6 dudes. If that helps.
But like Egwene, like figuring it out, kind of gets him back involved. This is when she sends him to meet Elaine or Nanae.
Yes, that's exactly right.
It's incredible.
Okay.
Great scene.
Starting to matter a lot more to me now.
Hugely important scene. Great sword fight, and that. Guess what? You know what? Some people consider grasshoppers to have kind of bladed legs because they're kind of like serrated. So
And she's just like, yeah, and Egwene's just like, hey, Nanae's in trouble. You need to go. And he's like, okay. And he just starts packing up.
It's like Beaver Bug Exterminator.
that's exactly right. That may actually be the chapter name. The icon is just the thing.
He could have used that for E too. I see what he's doing.
Yeah, he was ready for anything.
Should do a sentence with every letter for just in case.
All right, John, I'm going to throw this one out early, but you can talk to it. It was one of your suggestions, I believe. Rand versus
Somebody farting?
Rand. No, that's Jono's chair.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Rand gets the horn with Loyal, but he also cuts down a bunch of Trollocs in the process of getting the horn, and like it's the great cunt. What do they call it? Hunt.
Yeah. It's a great cut. Yeah, no, that's the second book. First,
it's a great scene. I don't know if it's not so much a sword fight as Rand like cutting the throats of sleeping Trollocs. But
no, they come after him afterwards.
Yeah,
and like he tells Loyal to run for the mountain.
Right, fine.
And he's
What
just like,
wait, you don't like it? It's B or C? I lean B.
No, it's high up there. I'm just saying it's not like it's S tier. We don't have any S tier.
not yet. We have
I know my immediate S tier, by the way.
There's S's down there.
There's S's down there. Rand gets horns. All right, B or C? I put that
B
as
or
B.
C.
That's a B for me.
All right, B.
I love that scene. I really do. Like them running away. Like, first of all, the tense nature of the nighttime scene as they're creeping up to like get the horn. In general,
he is the fighter of the night man. Like I guess fighter of the day man at this point.
He's definitely paying that troll toll.
That's what Ogier are.
Yeah, we all know.
Yeah, it's an amazing scene.
I'm in Trolloc toll. Sorry. All right, yeah, I'm gonna put it as B. What do you guys?
All right,
that works.
Up, down. All right. Okay.
Yeah. All right, then do 22.
All right, 22.
S.
What has happened?
Sorry, Ingtar. I spelled his name wrong. Ingtar versus all the Shanshan.
Joe, if you think you spelled his name wrong, wait till you look at number 31. I don't know what that is.
Where's 31?
Galda?
Who's Galda?
That's one misspell.
Also, stop moving them up. Like you keep moving them up. Like it's probably where
Stubborn IL bastard can't date evansfielders.com.
Oh, .com. That may be a website. If that's
Ingtar versus all the Shanshan.
GoDaddy.
And that happens off screen, and that's for me.
I mean, it's kind of on screen though, because like you see what's coming, and then Rand's like, "I gotta go," and he's like, "Yeah, get out of here," and then
it happens off screen.
That's good. You can hear him screaming though.
Mm.
Like Rand's running away, and you can literally hear him going like "fuck you" for like a long time. I don't know.
You keep hearing Shinoa versus whatever.
Shinoa,
yeah. Like that alone is like a chill-inducing thing, and this man that
was fucking brutal. And that's talking about redemption, like we were talking about way earlier with Galad. Man,
fuck it, give it Ness.
That's a huge moment.
Give it Ness. Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm on S on that one.
We did it.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for this tWoTcast this week.
And I got to say, the 2 A's, as much as I'd like them, don't reach them. Maybe Matt.
Yeah, maybe Matt.
But not really.
I don't know. There's some. I feel like there's some below that need to at least jump up to A tier.
I think there's some work we're going to do. We got some work.
Listen. Let's just
go to number 30.
We got B for blow me while I'm sleeping.
Naked Beach. Number 30.
As for sacrificial dark friend.
Number 30
well,
is
Jesus, Jono, you just pulled my number one S tier out of your pocket.
number
It's 100%
number 30
yes.
is. I think that's an S for
Tiny
me too.
mirror rants
S.
versus Rand S.
S.
Yes.
Especially when his hands down and he's like, "What the heck?" And he looks down and there's one that's like, "Gah!"
Like little mice stabbing at him.
The idea that we're putting anything beneath tiny little shards of a mirror where Rand climbs out of it and then starts stabbing Rand with little toothpick swords is the fucking greatest thing.
The only thing that
Ever.
ruins that scene is that they never talk with like, and they don't sound like Rand.
Yeah, I
like,
want little
a
like
helium balloon.
Yeah, what's the little guys in like Willow? I mean, I want like little. I want them to be like "fuck you, Daikini." You know, like like I want a little bit more. Man, fuck if they don't do that mirror, that bubble of evil scene.
The
show.
the final tiny Rand that escaped definitely did the.
Oh yeah, he definitely was just like hanging out with squirrels.
Best
started
way to
started
time
a
theory
new
out.
race of little people. Fucking goddamn it! All right, I mean that's S tier for me.
I apologize for pulling that one early. I just been staring at it and just couldn't stop laughing. It's like when I pull my penis out. That's not right.
Yeah, very excited when I sent that text.
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
I did.
Oh no, well, so that's the thing, Jono. By the way, when we're talking about entries, I just like refrain from saying anything. I'm just like, oh my god, I love that moment. But I want to save it for the show, and Jono's just like, loved it, great one, and I'm like, stop
S
saying
tier.
things.
Well, how do I fucking respond to someone says tiny Rand? Just like
Tiny Rand looking like Hancockers. Wait, why is that spelled with two K's?
Uh-oh. Well, if we're gonna do that, let's do a white
That
clip.
just
Let's
got
do
rackus. That got rackus.
Galda versus Volda.
It's the only time I picture Rand as Bruce Campbell.
100%.
Gallad versus
100%. And also that amount of like character acting that Bruce Campbell does, like just like absolutely insane.
Oh man, the tiny. I mean, like longtime viewers of tWoTcast will know. We have many jokes, but one of them was that Tiny Rand. One of them survived and it was just existing forever.
It'll live forever.
Just for sliced like an email. God damn it. Okay, fuck. All right, focusing.
Do Gallad versus Volda.
All right, yeah, okay. This is spectacular. It's phenomenal scene.
It's still a B for me.
Is it really?
I have a hard time believing that Volda or Gallad would have that much of a hard time.
Was he like a
versus Volda.
fake?
Yeah.
Is he? He's a fake Blade Master? Is that what
It
you're saying?
annoyed me. It annoyed me.
I don't know.
So would
I'm kind of in
Volda
agreement
have
with you on
done
B.
better
I don't know. I
against
would.
Demandred than Gawain?
You know why I like this one? It's like it's one of those fights that's like genuine sword on sword, and they're just like, you wronged my honor. You know, like you roofied my mom, kind of thing. I don't know. There's a lot going on there, but like but it's just
He blackmailed
just a dude,
her.
just dude with a dude with a sword and a sword.
It's a great time to come in for that.
It's just talking about crossing swords, Tom. You know.
So where are you guys on the Gallad? Obviously, I just had to get a beer. Where are you?
Liz Jr. said
I'm
A
gonna
for
be-
asshole. I mean, asshole had it
But
coming. Sorry, I didn't say that all the way.
I mean, I won't be sad if it's an A.
I think I'm going A on that one.
All right.
I think that one's as good to me as like Matt versus Galad and Gwen, and I think that one's up there for me.
It's one of the most memorable. I don't know if it's as good as Matt versus
It's
Gallad
just
and
like
Gowan,
it's just
but it's as good as-
good sword on sword fucking fighting, and I think that's why I'm like I love that. I don't know.
I think it's on par with Land versus Damage-Red, and it's not. These are actually two of the. I think
All right,
Land and
I'm putting it up
Gallad
here
are
for
two
now.
of the top
We can
5 fighters
keep
by
yelling
far,
about it.
and
Yeah.
Valda is one of the most evil people. So why not?
Nah, he's all right. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
He's okay.
He is good at what he does.
Great description. It's just two dudes crossing swords. You know what I'm talking about? White Man said, I like the scene after the fight when Gilad washed himself with spit, then stood proud naked. But you just solidified it as an A for me, White Man.
I may become an S all of a sudden for my penis.
A for assumed rapist killed my victims.
I guess by definition he was a rapist because trial by light.
It's not.
means that
I
you
don't
have
feel
been-
like that's assumed, right? He
Oh,
definitely.
he's no. But
Yeah.
the whole point is like he was accused might have been the right term at first.
Oh,
because,
gotcha. Yeah.
And then, like, yeah, he's definitely rapist.
I was gonna say in my head that absolutely happened, but maybe I'm reading between the lines. It's been a long time. When
also
you
in
don't read the
Moraine's head-
actual text for that long and you
Moraine,
make
there it is.
extrapolations, you tend to remember like this is how it happened, and then you read back and you're like, oh,
Mhm.
maybe not so much. But like, I feel like that one's always been steadfast as like,
It's 100%
That's what
steadfast.
happened. yeah,
Like, Morgaze enters like when we eventually get to the worst tier list ever, which is like most raped character. She is unfortunately number one because her arc is so fucking dark. Like,
Jono,
like-
we're never doing that. That's the
Tom,
worst
you're-
idea I've ever heard in my life.
No, I'm glad you said that because as I was walking out, I wanted to make it clear we're never doing that.
We're never doing that. I mean, we might.
We might do a best rapist, but not most rape.
so fucked up.
I don't think we. I don't
the
think we can come up with.
delineation there is so small.
Well, I don't think we can come up with that many nominees.
There shouldn't be. God
That's
damn.
why I wouldn't do it. That's why. That's why. We got to move this along.
Yeah, we
Fucking worst female character list. Oh, Elaine, number one. Yes.
yeah, we've got to.
Is
don't
there
worry,
an
yeah.
opposite for a YouTube reminder for the most raped character tier list? There isn't. But don't worry, we'll phrase it differently so you'll be invited in like it's a friendly discussion, and then you'll realize
Did-
what you're listening to, and then quickly turn it on.
Let's trick everybody. We're not doing that.
Oh, absolutely
We're
not.
not.
Yeah, we're not.
Jono. What about
Jono?
18?
Okay. Jono, this is one of yours. I'm going to be honest. Don't remember this fight too much. This entire book
Oh, wow, that's at least an A
ending.
for me.
Oh, no, it's high in my list from my memory. But that being said, my memory of this is, for whatever reason, this book, like the end of this book just goes out of my brain every time I read it. And I don't know why. I think it's just going to happen so fast. And they're like, oh, Rand's wounded. And now this shit happened. And like, it's crazy. And like, like, I don't know. I just, at the end of the day, like, this is not a memorable scene to me. But that doesn't mean it's not a good fight.
Well, you're fucking wrong. So, and I appreciate your opinion deeply, but I just don't actually. So
Well, I'm
obviously, this is the end of
100%
Crown of Swords.
happy with you saying I'm wrong.
I appreciate that. This is Crown of Swords. He's on a fucking high from finding out as you always do, didn't rape men. And kind of Tavir and stuff is all going for him. Hooray. So they go to the fucking rebel camp, and there at the rebel camp they meet Torum Riotin, amongst others, including, of course, Peyton Fane. So that's bad news. And there is, for some reason, I forget the actual reason for it, but I think Torum Riotin kind of just says, care for a bit of a sport, cousin, because he has
I
kind
think
of
Fane's trying to get him to kill him.
Well, yeah,
or-
that's definitely
Yeah.
Fane's MMO. So they kind of, they start fighting, and the first thing Rand does is, without blinking, just blocks the first hit without blinking, and it's like pretty much just like music starts, right? Like, and they're twirling, they're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden fog comes down, and the whole
What's
fight
the
goes to
music?
shit.
What's the music?
It's the Richard Cheese version of any other song you want to hear. It's amazing. Just
That's at least a B.
we'll give it an A.
You really dropped the ball on the song choice.
I can't think of the name of it. It's like, I don't know why, but as soon as you said what the song, it's Richard Cheese versions of.
I just immediately
Insane-
pictured Jim
Insane
Carrey
in
from
the
Cable
Membrane.
Guy going like.
Okay, I like that one.
My brain
Actually,
went to.
that scene actually has that. It actually has that energy.
Yeah, it does. It's a little. Hey, brothers. Kissing the adder. What are you talking about? Wadaholic? I'll say good day, good people in Jono. Yeah, okay. B for Jono?
B, simply because the fight doesn't finish, and I've been there.
Okay.
If she'd kissed the adder a little better to Wildaholics.
Thank you for summing it up for us.
Doesn't it though, Jono? They sword fight and then everything gets moist.
Yeah.
I put it at. I'm gonna go C. Tom, what do you think?
Oh, at least a B.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry. B, B, and C. Not
Bed Bath and
yeah.
Bed Bath and
Cunt.
No. don't finish that one. BBC, don't finish that one. Okay.
Tom,
do go in versus the Blood Knives.
All right, let's get this one out of the way.
E.
Right away.
If for no other reason, there's so many D's
like
that it doesn't, but it doesn't compare to the D's that we have. Like Rand
versus Pillow?
Pillow.
Fuck, yeah, you're right.
Rand versus Pillow? That should be an S.
Rand versus Gawain versus the Blood Knives, although they are a ridiculous addition by
here's what's weird. It's
Suzanne and Saranderson.
It doesn't belong.
Yeah, one of these things doesn't belong here. Okay.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's.
I still like the scene so much, though. All right, fuck it. I'll
give it
agree.
a D.
No, I mean, if I'm going to say D and you guys say E, then it's EED.
But I can rethink things because I don't disagree. Like, I think
it's a really fucking good scene. Like, man, he's hunting down like fucking assassins in the goddamn tower. It's fucking awesome. Granted, he's simultaneously pissing off Egwene and doing stupid shit that he shouldn't be doing. But that's
on the other hand, Egwene is being stubborn.
Yeah, Egwene's also being a dick. I don't know. I Gawain versus the Blood Knights, even though he like jumps into the room and like saves her life, she's like, fuck you, and like all that shit happens. I still like him hunting down the Blood Knives in the tower. It kind of reminds me of like early back in the series when like Nynaeve and Egwene were like running around, like, hunting gray men kind of thing. So like it reminds me of that same kind of feeling. I think that's why I like it, even though it's later in the series and it's stupid. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't hate a D versus an E. I don't have a problem with it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go with the D.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Moving it up to D.
Yeah.
Gawain gets moved up.
Do 28.
Rand versus 6 Donuts.
I like this.
To preface this, I have to phrase these very short to fit them on the card. But this is essentially when Rand's practicing with 6 assailants in Camelin when he's, or not Camelin, Carrion. Is it Carrion?
It's both. He's doing it in both places, if you know what I mean.
Well, he's practicing nonstop, and he's learning the sword.
And he's learning the spear, and he's learning how to fight with his feet and hands.
Yeah. So it's a practice scene, but at the same time, like, he's not holding back, and there's a couple of those dudes that are definitely getting, like, hauled off the practice field and healed so they can practice them the next day. Like,
I like the
Gawain style versus Matt and Galad. Like, kind of like getting their heads cracked in and then getting healed,
I just like that Jordan really went out of his way to make sure that the people that were the best with the sword from around the countryside were like so physically different and strange. Like one guy was 8 feet tall and weighed 10 pounds. And one guy was 2 feet tall.
Is that real?
Yeah, they were like, it wasn't quite.
None of them was just like, 6 guys that were pretty fit and average height.
He wanted different reaches and different abilities.
Every single one looked the same, looked different, acted different. None of them were the fucking same. Like they're all like mischievously like hatchet nosed dudes. Like what the fuck?
That being said, I loved it. I'd give that a C.
So
yeah, I have no problem with C here. What'd you say?
Yeah, I'm kind of I agree with you. I think I'm on to see what that one.
It's a very fun scene.
I was hoping we were going to get to like this for hours, but it looks like we're just going to do.
Well, I feel like that one is like
we have a shocker working.
It's a representation of like Rand moving towards like true Blade Master, even though he killed Turok, the dinosaur hunter.
He's already a true Blade Master. Let's calm that shit down. That's bullshit. He becomes, by definition, he's a Blade Master at the end of 2. He's clearly
which I disagree with.
incredibly
Let's talk about Rand versus Turok, the dinosaur hunter.
At least
ARS.
Yeah, ARS for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with S on that one.
All right, it's S for me too. Then
That does put us closer to being able to do the shocker if we start going that way.
great scene.
This is that scene.
Oh wait, the thumb moved. Now the thumb moved to the bottom. It was the.
I know. I know we agreed quickly, but like, what makes this scene S tier for you?
Everything about it, like that's a cop-out fucking answer, but like,
It is,
It's
yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. It's terrifying. Like Turok looks extremely capable, and we're not sure Rand is yet.
And yeah, exactly. Rand has not written anything like this. And
everybody
he chooses to go. I'm
fights-
talking over you, Tom. You go.
Yeah, everybody fades around them and fights in the background, like, and leaves the room to them to like do battle. Like, it's awesome. The end of book 2 is fucking awesome.
End of book 2 might be the best endings of all the fucking books. Like, it's
I think
nuts what the fuck happens.
Fuck, I mean, you're not wrong, man.
One thing I've learned over the last 12 years of us talking about these books is how much I underappreciated the end of book 2 first time around.
Also, the other thing you underappreciated was how long you've been doing this, because it's 14 or 15 years.
Shit.
Dumbass.
I'm going to
As for
bed.
Stegosaurus, he would hunt those down and kill them.
But like I said, like one of the coolest things about this fight is Rand is so afraid of like channeling Sidon that he doesn't. Obviously, he stays out of the Flame and Void, which of course makes him get nicked all over as Turok is just kind of playing with him, and he's just like at the end of the point, like he's like, "Where'd you get this fucking sword, dumbass?" And then Rand belatedly has to, assume the Void, and all of a sudden starts winning. And when he stabs him, he doesn't even realize it, and he becomes so like uncomfortable, nauseous, because I don't think he's ever hurt anyone as a person yet, besides
really,
punching Peter, which by the way was an S.
Check out our last episode where Rand punches Peter.
Yeah, S. I definitely just a fucking incredible.
Oh God, I hate it so much.
What the show? No. Oh, come on.
Control your shit. So anyway,
what are you talking about, Tom? We're talking about crossing swords.
That's better.
Yeah.
All right, do 14.
Okay, fuck.
That's an S for me.
Versus the kid in the stone.
Tom, explain.
The joke is, Tom, you tell us this one.
Oh, so Trollocs killed that kid in the stone that Rand couldn't bring back to life. It's the most definitive death by sword in the entire series.
We don't know if they were killed by a sword. It could have been.
Definitive.
They put a lot of work into trying to bring that kid back. It did not work.
Is the darkest, like one of the most memorable fucking scenes in the entire shit.
You also series. Can't tell me that kid didn't
Rand
have a
fakes
sword.
An orgasm to beat Turok. He wasn't faking it. Thank you. You guys are the best. The Kid Killer Chronicles. Listen, I think the moment that follows is devastating.
That's the thing.
Heartbreaking. But you know what, Tom? If I was gonna realistically rank this, for me, it would be this is an off-screen moment, like because technically we don't see her die.
Oh,
I'm gonna go down with. I'm gonna go D with the Tom versus the Fade at Whitebridge kind of style. Like we didn't see it, so that's where I am.
I'm with Joe. Because it's the thing afterwards that makes it. It's the thing afterwards that makes it the most like heartbreaking fucking scene.
All right, from there to go to 12.
Oh, okay. I was thinking we'd get 13 out of the way, but all right, let's go 12.
No, I have a plan.
13. Yeah, 13 is definitely an S tier. Yeah, we'll do that later.
10 against the Trollocs.
Now, when did this happen?
Never. I think he never fights Trollocs. I'm not mistaken.
Because he's a plant, and he intentionally
D for don't resuscitate.
Jesus. That's what it was. There's this DNR on her, and so like Rand's trying his hardest, and he's like, "You can't do that."
It was Rand versus the kid's body.
Oh no! Take that down.
That means something
Take
else.
that down. That was nothing worse than what we said. Anyway, Tam vs. the Trollocs. I mean,
C
fuck
or D?
yes. Yeah, it's low
C?
for me, but it's not. It's definitely it's C. It's also off screen though. Fuck.
No, it's not.
I mean,
Wait,
kind of.
Which
Kind of
Trolloc
is.
fight are you talking about? You're talking about the one.
This is
in book
before
one?
Rand kills Narek. This is Tam runs out and kills Trollocs and gets
So
wounded.
he kills
Yeah,
the
gets a
Trolloc right in
chest,
front
gets a
of him.
sword.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
C.
kills the Trolloc right in
I like
front
a
of him.
C.
Yeah, all right.
So technically, in this fight too, Rand
Over
actually
series
is fighting.
Just so you know, it's book one.
Thank you. But I mean, it's a legitimate question because I think that there is a chance that.
Well, there are multiple times, but the time we're speaking about is book one.
What about in this same fight, Rand with a kettle of water versus Trollocs? Because a Trolloc probably had a sword.
It's not a sword fight.
Trolloc
You
had a
might have
sword.
had an axe or a mace, Jono. We don't know.
No one uses mace. It's
Tam
not
against
women.
Trollocs, I'd go see you on that one.
All right. C
Yeah,
it is.
I'm good with that. It's the
All right.
first fucking fight in the entire series.
All right.
Do 27.
27. Fuck. All right, this is a
What's
weird
this
one
say?
for me. This is Rand fire swords ahead. All right, listen. This is a Rand in book 3 gets confronted by dark friends and he just slices a woman's head off of her body with
It isn't.
well,
little to no reasoning, and then later on he's like, "I'm 99% sure she was a dark friend."
So that's not fair to this scene. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He technically kills several people, not just.
He
a
does
woman.
kill several people, but
Many.
the point of the scene is that he lops a woman's head off, and then
No,
It's-
the
That
point of the scene is-
comes back up a lot.
a lot. Yeah.
It's a weird thing considering
It's
how
also
much
one
it
of the
doesn't
few
affect
times we
him.
see Rand. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
No, it's exactly what you're gonna say. It's see him like just kind of go on the offensive randomly before he's even certain 100% technically that they were going to kill him. B, just kill a woman, and C, kills a gray man on accident, which was very lucky for him.
I loved it because it was one of the few times we saw him in this book, and it was very cool.
Oh yeah.
It's one of my favorite fucking scenes and I mean this seriously, in the whole fucking books. I love that fucking scene. I don't know why I have like such a fucking close attention to that scene, but like, one, he doesn't have a sword anymore because he melted it into Ishmael's body. And then he just makes a sword out of the one power and lops somebody's head off. I'm like, fuck, dude.
And they bow to him.
It's one of the
Yeah, and then he lines them up.
he lines up their bodies.
I really enjoy it. It's at least a B
fucking-
for me.
God,
give it a B.
I don't know. That's at least an A for me.
We'll go with B though, because this way we're getting.
All right, fine. I'm gonna demand that moves up later.
All right, do 13.
Yeah, this is a joke one, but the Crown of Swords stab Rand's head.
That's not a joke one. They drew first blood.
It's a joke. I mean, it's a serious entry. The Crown of Swords on Rand's head. Those little swords cut his brow.
And what book was that in?
7.
The Crown of Swords
Which is
crosses
called-
a lot of swords. I guess E. You're gonna ruin it. Called a joke entry. How dare you?
I mean, it's a joke entry. I mean, it's a real entry, but they're tiny swords, and they're not wielded by tiny Rands. And
Yeah, I was gonna
therefore
say
I'm
so.
bored.
Tiny Sword's there, but Tiny Rand is.
Yeah, you know what else
Listen,
is a
tiny
tiny
swords
sword?
wielded by a tiny human, worthwhile. Tiny swords just melded into a crown that poke my head, not as fun.
Yeah, I guess that's true. All right, what do you got next, Tom?
Either one.
Rise the wound.
Let's do 17 while Joe corrects the spelling on 31.
All right, let's do 17
Nope.
while Joe corrects the spelling on 31.
This is the slippery slope.
I know.
What is? Oh yeah,
The idea-
wow. We should not have saved that for last.
It's
Or
an S for me,
Yeah.
but it's not a sword fight.
It's a sword.
Well, so it's Kalendor.
Or there's
sword,
a
that's the
lot.
argument.
There's a lot of people fighting with swords in this scene. A lot.
are a lot, but I have a problem putting this on this one because every scene with Kalendor is some of the most interesting ones in the entire fucking series.
And that could be an S or an E.
All right,
Yeah.
hold on a second. Let's for argument's sake, assuming someone doesn't know what the fuck we're talking about, let's tell them what the fuck we're talking about.
Oh, it's
you go.
Kalendor versus Rand's army.
That's when
Thanks.
Kalendor is being wielded by Rand, and he like wields the one power like a lunatic and strikes them all with lightning bolts. Is it a sword fight?
Book 8. Yeah, it's book 8. He gets in a sword fight and mental fight against himself and loses his fucking mind and starts blowing up everything. It's when he says, "I am the storm." One of the coolest fucking scenes.
That is true, and yes, it's when Bashir tackles Rand off the horse. Why, man?
Yep.
It's not a real sword fight to me. I wanted this low, even though it's
Why
amazing.
is this on here? You're the editor. You're the one writing this.
Well, because I like wild cards, Jono.
I literally texted, "Does Kalendor versus Rand's army count?" And you said, "It's a sword." And
It's
now
a
you're
sword.
doing this.
Hey, I want to argue about it.
No.
Channeling doesn't count. Overseers does. Okay. All right. Well, maybe I was wrong. I'm sorry.
It's not a real sword. Just give
It's
it
a
an
sword
E.
that is not a sword fight.
Just put it at E, I guess.
E.
I mean, it's better than the goddamn show, guys. All right.
Everything.
Later on,
It's
when we
better.
revisit actual one power battles and that comes up, it'll be ranked much higher than that.
I'm gonna take a dump tomorrow that's better than the show.
Jono, Galad gets them to the boat.
That
So this
is
is book 5.
It gets the
This is
girls
right-
to the boat.
It's right before they go to Saladera. They just learned where they needed to go, and so they're attacked.
They basically
by the
leave
Prophet's
him
army.
behind, and he fights their way to the boat to get them out of the
What's-
city.
He's
town?
there with Uno and a couple other.
Yeah.
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 but I
This
thought it
is-
was extremely badass.
It's
It
fucking
is
incredible.
badass.
Energy swords don't count.
It's an A or an S to me.
It does get
well,
Uno hard.
It is up there.
So I'm thinking
Everyone is afraid of Khaled. He's crushing people with that sword.
we should definitely give it an
They-
S. Just
they
so it
literally-
just ends up into a
I
shot.
put it this way: they literally would not have gotten out of there if it wasn't for him.
Oh yeah. Well, there's
You know,
there's
like
no
it's
doubt
that
about
important of a scene. Like it might be like slept on in terms of like sword fights and like battles and
Yeah.
stuff, but like they
Yeah.
wouldn't have left that fucking town city if he wasn't there to like get them out of there.
100%. Which so let's give it. I guess as a sword fight though, because half the people he's fighting are actual villagers,
Just
using, like,
peasants with
pike-
pitchforks.
Yeah.
They have swords. Some of them have swords.
Some of them have
No.
S words and some of them don't. Jono.
They have A words. Let's give it an A. Let's give it an A.
Fuck, seriously? Okay.
What were
It's
you
an
gonna
A or
say?
an S for me.
I don't know. I mean, like, it's not that it's not an A. It's that like some of the B's, I would be like, fuck, no.
Well, that's
way
what we're
below
gonna do
this.
now. Let's go through.
Oh,
Let's
sure.
So we move
Let's start at the
something
bottom.
from. If we move 2 things from E to A, then we have 2 in the pink. And one
It's
in
like
the-
Madden Beslin versus the Bakers.
That's actually
It's
a good point.
It's a good thing quarterstaffs weren't available. I agree.
Yeah, it'd be all dead. All dead. Let's start off with F because, as Tom's pointing out, F is pink.
I wouldn't move any of those anywhere. I'd
Yeah,
move them
they're not
off the
moving.
board entirely.
But Tom, what color is F?
That's pink,
What does
but I
that
would
have
move
to
them off
do
the
with-
board so we could move other things to F. But F every week is.
All right. Well,
No
does F
way.
need to move off the board?
No, fuck it.
I'd move TV show categories off the board.
Yeah, he knows
Then I can
we
actually
can.
move things to F.
Yeah,
All right.
no, leave it. All right, let's get to the
A
fucking
for
point here.
Andoran noble slays peasants while singing "Come Sail Away."
It really does. Beach's point actually doesn't sound too dissimilar from something out of Monty Python. Just like, just noble slaying peasants.
Can you
left
imagine
and right.
Gala just cutting through like peasants going like, "Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away"?
That should be great soundtrack for that scene.
That's
All right,
fucking amazing.
E.
All
Gawain
right,
versus
sorry.
Madrid.
I think we're going in the wrong direction. Most of our lower tiers we've never disagreed on. I think it's the
Well,
upper
let's-
tiers.
Who cares?
All right,
We'll-
whatever.
we'll go back.
honestly, let's look at E. As much as we
Alright.
hate Demandred, as much as we hate Goblin, it's a good fight. It doesn't belong there. The blood knives,
I agree.
it doesn't belong there.
It at
And I
least needs to
fucking
move up
hate-
one.
Move it to D.
Okay, now we're gonna move some D's down.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna happen. Oh, I'm out of space, boys. All right, what do we win? Well, first, all right, this one's moving up, but
Yeah, you won't be out of space for long. Move down Rand versus Pillow.
What?
That'll make it a little easier.
all right, go back to all right. Rand kills Narg. Is that moving up to C for you guys?
No.
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 Okay. What about
That's the
Gwyn
worst
versus
sword
Mar?
fight.
I feel like I put
A
things down on D
300-pound
because we
creature
didn't.
falls on a sword. Like that's. Like, I know.
Hey, listen, it's Rand Althor. That's the first time we'd seen that guy kill a thing. Gwyn versus Hamar, moving up. I kept things down here because we didn't see them happen. I think that's what D was for me mostly.
I think you're good there. Tom
Yeah,
versus White
no.
Bridge, to your point.
I think Rand versus Tam one-handed needs to move up. I didn't fuck you guys.
All right, I'd fuck you.
You're alone on that.
I'm only alone on that because you don't remember.
Yeah, well, guess what? 2 don't remembers versus 1.
I hate you for that, but okay, I'll leave it.
All right.
Okay. Yeah, I'm good with everything on D, I think.
Are
Maybe
we sure
Aram
we're
and Dume as
good with-
well moves up? Just all right.
Are we still good with 13 being an E?
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought I was actually going to be considering something there for a second.
I was like, "Where's 13? Where's 13? Oh, you're an asshole."
So, Gala versus Demandred.
All right, we're on C tier. Gala versus
Yeah.
Demandred.
Where are you? It's getting tough. Also, Gala versus Demandred, one of the most iconic fights, even though it's version 2. Rand versus Bilal. This is when he grabs Kalendor, and then it's Rand versus 6 dummies. I
like that scene.
I love the Rand versus 6 dummies. I just love the description of I know that. Then
Rand versus 6 dummies. I wanted to put crash test dummies, but I couldn't. Anyway, Tam against the Trollocs.
I don't know. That can all stay.
I think
Yeah,
it can all stay.
Gala
for me.
could maybe move up, but I don't see it.
I don't hate
Really?
Gala.
I would-
moving up.
If anything, I would put Rand versus Bilal up, but I'm kind of fine where it's at.
That's one of the worst finales of the entire series.
But that's not the finale.
Other than that
'Cause
book
what
that doesn't have a finale.
It's not the finale. The finale is when Perrin frees File from the cage.
No.
All right,
No.
B. Let's look at our B's. It should move up if it was book 14, Tam versus Trollocs. All right, but it's not. It's book 1.
And we also
Maybe
forgot about that.
we should have specified. We should have specified.
Talmanes versus Myrdral. I mean, I'm kind of moving that down.
Okay. I'm okay with that moving down, actually. I like
Yeah,
it a
so am I.
lot. Yeah, all right.
It can go
Yeah,
down.
that's C. That's C.
Yeah.
Gala
Ren
should
in the
move up
Sky
from
with
C if he
Ishmael?
didn't get his ass kicked. That can stay there.
What can Rand?
Yeah.
No, number 1. I thought he had said.
Wait, where are you?
Number 1, I would think could move up if he wouldn't have got his ass kicked.
But he got his ass kicked because Damodred cheated. Remember, Damodred starts
Regardless.
I think he's tossing rocks,
It's irregardless, Tom.
yeah, because you can't hear it.
Be correct in your grammar.
Ran to the sky with Ishmael. Yeah. Okay,
The
don't know
three of
how you
us
guys
just
feel about that one.
considering a long list is great.
We probably should do.
We could do this faster, but we're the worst people in the world.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, Rand in the Sky with Ishii, I think moves up. It's
fair enough.
legendary.
Kind of
yeah.
boring.
Stop. Hold on. Now, so as a fight, it's not the best fight. As the ending of a book, it's part of the best endings possibly in the books in general. And he also takes away a scene from.
But is it the
earlier.
same as Lan in a stable yard killing 6 dudes?
I mean, maybe Lan in the stable yard killing 6 dudes is massive.
I feel like Lan versus Demandred, where he sheathes the sword in himself, and Rand in the Sky with Ishmael, where he sheathes the glowing red black staff in his side, is the same thing to me. Like those are the same equivalent fights to me. That's why I'm talking about moving it.
I guess I don't want to move other things up to S, and I think the things in A are better than that.
New entrant if you wanted one, by the way. I just remember that Rand fights his buddy
We
Ryan.
We don't.
We don't want any new entries.
I know.
All right, listen. Rand lops off woman's head. S tier. We're done.
All right, fine. I'm good with it.
I'm not joking.
The problem is that's not the entire fight.
It's not the point. That's what makes the fight
The
awesome.
card
I don't hate it.
The card is only so big, John.
Yeah. That's just the description of the fight. The fight is what's amazing, and that's the key that makes it worthy of getting to the card. That's an amazing fight. That's fucking legendary. That's easily Tiny Ranch versus Rand.
Like Tiny Rand.
Disagree.
They all happen to
Okay,
work.
right. You're right. But that's A tier. I think Rand Fire Sword had to move up to me.
I'm fine with B. Tom, where are you putting it?
Where is it? Have we
It's
already
on B.
got it?
It's right here. It's on B.
Oh,
I'm saying moves up to A.
If you must.
If you must. Well, I'm going to do it begrudgingly.
I'd move Rand and Torm. No, wait. Never mind. Torm Rising.
The problem is Torm Rising's fight doesn't come to a conclusion. We could have also done like Rand
Yeah,
and
Fire Sword can
Farmatic,
move up.
All right, Fire Sword's moving up, Jono.
All right. So now it's getting closer to like an off balance middle finger, like someone was wearing like a mitten or something.
It's already off balance. There's way more than 5 fingers.
Yeah, I get that. There's 6. That's why the mitten was got some issues going on.
There's more than 6.
Oh shit, there are. Yeah. I was thinking A through F. Whoops.
Silly and Dorn Bladesmaster considers destroying Elaine's
Furry clam.
Wow.
So that's another one. We did talk about pubic hair. That's a good list too.
I mean,
We don't have that many entries for.
We have all the entries in the world because we're just going to be making it up, which makes it ridiculous, John. all right. Let's get to A.
Yeah, let's
aside from Fire Swords because he just moved up.
Yeah.
Lan versus Demandred, Matt versus Galad and Gwyn.
I still feel like Matt versus Galad and Gawain could be an S tier. Like I get the fact
I think that might be
technically
S tier for me.
In our sword fight list,
the 2 of the 3 are
get
swords.
real.
Shit.
2 of the 3 are swords.
Get real.
No, they're practice swords. It's not.
Fine.
Tom's right. That's where it stays.
Fine. Tom's such a fucking dick.
Otherwise, I think that stays unless Lan moves up. Maybe.
I don't know. The Galad versus Valda fight is pretty fucking awesome.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
so
move that
both
up,
3
good.
and 21 are in contention, but like I feel like if one of them moves up, maybe Lan. I don't know.
I wouldn't move either of those.
Leave them where
I
they
think I'm
are.
good. Are we done?
Yeah,
Are we
leave them
done?
where they are.
If I was going to move any, I'd move 31. And I don't think that moves up.
No, that doesn't move up. That's where it's at.
We don't have any fucking problems here, right?
Absolutely.
we're good.
not. If anything, 22 and 19 don't compare to 30.
Is there a tier above S?
Can you make
Can
an
we
S plus?
Can we put Tiny Mirror Rands versus Rand Althor in a bed up higher?
I'm
my
just
favorite.
in love with the
We
Is
fact
that our
could.
favorite sword fight?
We could if they did the helium voice as Rand.
Yes. That's all it needs. That would, if Tiny
like to hear
Tiny Mirror
women.
Rands versus Rand had like little little voices from Willow, like I'm all
It would have been incredible.
God damn it.
All right, so that's
Yeah.
tWoTcast this week. If you have any
Oh,
comments
fun.
or questions, leave them below. And in theory, Joe will get to them because Tom doesn't do shit, and I don't either. Thanks, Joe, for all your work. This has been Crossing Swords in the Wheel of Time, and we absolutely have enjoyed making the most
All of
valid
it?
points possible. Yes,
I mean, I think our arguments at least
they hold twatter.
yeah, they hold water.
They hold twatter.
tWoTcast theme songs brought to you by the one and only Taffy Bennington, who does the intro, and Andrew Part of Time, who does the outro song. Links to their stuff is below. We love them to death. They make awesome work. If you haven't listened to them, do so now.
Now, actually, wait
Right
3
now.
minutes because then you're going to listen.
I mean, 2 minutes.
32 minutes. Jesus, this is going to be a
Well,
long
wait to
outro.
the end of the show where you can hear Andrew's song, and then you can leave. You know?
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tom. Say goodnight, Joey.
Keep the change of filthy animals.
Join us next week for whatever the fuck we do, by the way, because I don't know what we're going to do. But next week, if we take $3.99...
Is next week maybe 400? We don't know.
Yeah, there's a good chance. Is
Is the week
maybe-
after that 400? We don't know. Are we doing something special for 400, or we're going to wait and
We
next
don't.
week's 401? We don't know.
Yeah, there's a good chance.
Can't do that.
Why not? What do you think? We do this live?
Hey,
Shit,
can
that is the
I
problem.
let me give you something? I think this is a prediction. This is what we're gonna do. Next week's gonna be 401, and we're just gonna pretend 400 never happened, and eventually we'll be like, "Here's our 400th episode!" Woo!
Really?
No.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Technically, we've already recorded our 400th episode like several times because there are several times in the past, like the first few years, where we actually had to re-record.
That doesn't
because-
count either.
What? Since when? This is episode 412.
You're bad at
I think
this.
there's All right. I'm
Anyway.
Jono. You've been listening to tWoTcast. I'm Jono. Say goodnight, Joe.
It's already said keep the change of the animals.
Yeah,
What do
then
you
I
want me
came
to do
back because
here?
I forgot the whole numbers.
Uh-huh.
Study your math.
Apparently, we fucking should because we've been considering the idea of going way off track. Track.
Good.
All right, I'm gonna finish this beer.
Very
alone.
good. Very good.
Good night, Yoey. Good night,
Good night.
Tommy.
Good night.
Among the first to start, the tWoTcast was so smart to lovingly bash our favorite books. But that was long ago, and now they've grown the show, and now they got us in their hooks. Don't throw coins to these bastards, they need bars of gold at least. Someone please keep them afloat. Now let's listen as they once again ramble through a book. Let's get the fucking quote. One of them is Tom, but he is barely on. Sometimes he calls into the show. Another one is Jono. Is he their joker? Oh no. And Joe, is he the stupid one? Welcome to the tWoTcast. We will share our love for books and all our hate in every episode. We'll entertain you, make you laugh so hard you barely can stand up. That is the tWoTcast code.